Welcome to the Fanatical Fisherman. I'm Tom Zimmerman, your host. On today's program, we're going up to Bella Bella on the Inside Passage, just north of Vancouver Island, with West Wind Tugboat Adventures. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, this is our first morning out. Here's Wayne Kellett to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing today.
This river probably never see any fishermen any time of the year. One of the few that probably make it up here because, you know, we're 40 miles up an inlet in the interior of BC. From the coast, we moved our way up. We're looking for fresh runs of coho, which we've had a few this morning. There's a lot of chum in here that you'll notice. They're schooling around. They're not taking the fly too well, but when the fresh run of coho come up, that's what we're excited about here. We're going to work our way into some deeper pools in a few minutes. We're just getting ourselves ready. Got a few guys coming up behind us here to join us. And we'll work our way up this valley, up this river valley, and I bet you we'll find some coho.
Time to wander up the river and see what we can find. No sooner did we get to the first hole, and I couldn't believe it was incredible. We hit into some nice coho right away.
Tell you, you're right, these islanders are nice, aren't they?
Aren't they though?
Woo. Smooth.
Can't beat them.
If it's BC fish, why not use a BC reel?
You got that right, bro. There you go, catch up.
My left. That was on the salt chuck, maybe not. That's coming back 100 yards or something.
Nice, nice.
Oh boy, I'm telling you, the fish were everywhere.
Fly fishing with West Wing tugboats.
That's right.
All right.
We
Don't
follow
love
the
it?
fish right to the streams.
There you got it. We'll take them right to it. Beautiful. Double
That
header.
one, eh? Nice fish. That was great. That was a strong fish. Strong. Just came up the river. And ocean fresh, silver, still feisty. Well, we're going to let this one go. Okay? Back to the river he goes.
Whoa! Silver! Woohoo! That's what we're looking for, Wayne.
Oh, that dark water, right?
That's our guy. Thanks, Sean.
Not a problem.
He got me straight, this young fella over here. He's good. Herc, just came out of the salt.
Yep, very clean.
Clean. Pretty work. Ready to go. Want to let him go?
Out of there.
There he goes. Yeah, beautiful release. Beautiful release.
Nice job.
What is everything?
Nice job.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Pretty fish.
Fantastic. Let's do that again. Okay, let's pause here for a moment and join me as I tell you what I think about fishing up here on the Inside Passage. You know what's so cool about here? Let me explain something to you. What's so neat about this place? You're going down a river. There are no bridges. There are no roads, right? It's just you, the river, and whatever you're in and who you're with, and that's it. It's just magnificent. I mean, this is not the Skycomish River. This is not the Skagit River. This is not the Home Tulips River. This is the unknown river. So there you have it. Now let's listen to Wayne and Sean, our guide, and see what they've got to say about these fly patterns we're using up here for these coho.
Well, Sean, hey, you've had a lot of experience fishing the rivers, I've noticed, for salmon, you know, and I've never done that much of it at all, and it's been exciting fishing with it the last couple of days. You've taught me a few things about the flies. You know, maybe you can tell us more about which flies you've got here, what they're used for, what type of fish they're used for, what conditions, whatever, you know.
Yeah, sure thing, Wayne. This is kind of a standard West Coast assortment of flies right here. We have everything from chartreuse to green, blue and white, hot pink. Those are kind of your go-to colors. Lots of lead heads and a variety of sizes.
Oh yeah, the lead eyes. That's the other time I was using a light fly and I wasn't able to get to the bottom, and you guys were hitting the fish and I wasn't until you gave me one. That made the difference for me in that situation. You know?
Exactly, yeah. The key is getting down to these coho, and with these dumbbell eyes like that, it creates a jigging action over the bottom and
a little kick
gets your
to
line
it,
down, yeah.
Now these are your streamers, your
bucktails, yeah.
Eh?
We did a little bit of bucktailing out there on the salt and trolling along pretty quick. Again, a variety of colors and sizes.
Do you ever cast flies this size? You know,
generally not. They a little bit big for casting on the rivers and whatnot, but
I would see them in the tree. At least I'd know where to retrieve them.
That's right.
Now we were fishing for coho. What you were saying that day? Chartreuse seemed to work good for us.
Right,
but is that a traditional thing we find? Or?
Chartreuse, hot pink, just attractor patterns, bright colors, a little bit of flash. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah. And then today I know that we had on a pink fly, and we were in the river. Of course, there was pink salmon in the river, and they seemed to enjoy that.
Pink for pinks, yeah.
Pinks
we
for
have
pinks,
some smaller pink flies here. They'll also catch coho at the same time, but if you know both are in the river system, then it's a good idea to use a smaller pink fly for sure.
Well, it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you. Not only do you get the beauty of hiking that river and seeing the wildlife, and just that feeling when you're on a river that no one's been on. I mean, that's amazing. And then we actually find a hole that's holding coho and chum, and we're nailing them.
Yeah.
It's a great day, man. Thanks a lot.
Definitely. Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, time to get back on the river. Here I am with another one. Boy, this water was crystal clear and the fish are just magnificent. wanted to release these fish as soon as possible so they could retain their energy and not be too tired to spawn.
Nice come. Nice fish. Nice, really nice. Got him. Got him? Yep.
What a nice release. We'll let this silver go to fight another day. We had a great time fly fishing for coho. Time to go back, regroup, and get ready for another kind of fishing. But before we do that, on our way back out of the inlet, going back to our main boat, we spotted 2 white Kermode bears along the shoreline. What a treat. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Okay, it's time to move on. Join me now with Wayne as we go bucktailing with a fly, followed up by motor mooching for coho. Okay, Wayne, I was just wondering if you could give us a little idea about what we're doing and where we are.
Well, as you know, yesterday we got a little bit of fly fishing experience in at the estuary and a little bit up the creek, and we had a fantastic day. Well, that's one type of fly fishing that we do here at Westwind, and right now we're showing you a different method. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's bucktailing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way that you can actually troll a fly, usually a long 4 to 6 inch fly. Actually, put a little spinner on the front of it, on your fly lines. Just troll them in the prop wash, and the coho on the surface come up and smash it. This is a common bucktail here. This is polar bear hair. Purple's a very good color. Of course, silver, green, very good for coho. Anytime you want to throw a little pink, little red in there, it's a nice trigger color on the fish. As you notice, I put a few beads in line ahead of the spinner to keep it off the nose of the fly, and it'll spin around out there freely. Just give a little bit of sight attraction to spur them to nail that a little more. But as you can see, giving you an idea on the hand size, you know, that's about a 6 inch.
Yeah, and you got a double, like a
Mylar
3/0 hook on there?
Yes, yeah. I think there's double on that.
Yeah.
On the big flies, you put 2 hooks. On the smaller ones, you can get away with one.
Get away with one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll travel at 2-3 knots, maybe even a little faster if we need be. And we're going to troll tight to shore. We're up here in some of our favorite spots in the Bella Bella region for coho. Coho are running 12 to 15 pounds, up to 20 and plus. We had a 20 pounder last week, so if we can get you 15, 20 pound coho on a bucktail fly, ripping it at a 2 knot speed, and your 8-9 weight fly rod, we're gonna have some fun.
Awesome. This is new to me, so I'm really excited to get it going.
Alrighty.
All right, buddy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Come on, guys.
Get on.
All right, look at that. On a bucktail. We've got a 6 inch polar bear hair bucktail fly. We were trolling at about 2.5 knots. As you can see, we're right tight to shore. They like to get up in the kelp beds because the small herring and that use the kelp as protection to hide. So these cohos scout the edge of that kelp looking for that minnow. And that bucktail fly was imitating the minnow. This guy got fooled. Nice fish. Here he is right here. There you go, guys. Look at that hook. Beautiful. Take nice. Can you pull that hook out of his mouth for me?
Get a release.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful release. There he goes.
We've been watching our guests out there catching a lot of fish this morning. That's been exciting. Boy, everybody's got, I think, 2 or 3 salmon in there. And what they're doing is they're fishing as simple a method as you can fish. It's called cut plug mooching. Motor mooching is a general term. We're using, basically it's old-fashioned hook and worm. We've got 2 single barbless hooks. One will be a towing hook. The other will be the hook that sits near the tail, hopefully will hook onto the salmon when it bites it. We're going to use, those are called snelled hooks. We're going to use about 7-8 inch herring. Give you an idea of the size of the herring. That's about the size of the herring that we're using. We're going to cut this herring into a plug. That's why it's called cut plug herring. So I take the herring, I'm going to cut it on this angle, a little bit this way, and a little bit down. That's going to give me two 45-degree angles. We try and do it in one cut. Okay, get rid of the head. What I'm going to do is you have the entrails in there. I'm going to remove the entrails. This gives a cavity that now holds the back pressure of the water and will cause this to flip and rotate in the water like an injured herring. And that's what we're trying to do. Herring is the main bait up here in the North Coast. The salmon thrive on it, that and needlefish. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this out. We're going to imitate an injured herring. And hopefully that injured herring will be taken by a feisty feeding coho salmon. Okay, so this is our herring. Here he is hooked up. I've got a towing hook. It's going to pull it. I've got my hook sitting at the back. Make sure there's no scales on your hooks because that can actually stop it from penetrating the mouth of the salmon. Now what we'll do here is we'll take this and we'll put it in the water and we'll see the roll we're going to get. Okay, so there it is. That's the cut plug. That looks like an injured herring out there trying to keep up to that ball of bait, but it's injured. It can't quite do it. It's got a little kick and hesitation. And that's what the coho really feed on.
All right, now that we know how to cut the plug and put it down, all we need to do now is just wait for the action. And I'm telling you, we didn't have to wait too long. Fish on. That's what I like to say on. There we go.
You're going to want to get on this fish at a time. I go over his shoulder and I act like this.
Oh, look at that coho. Oh, he is a beauty. God.
Get in there now.
Look at how big he is.
Yeah.
All right. You got that sucker running.
He's going to be going. Don't you stop him. You let him go. Look at the size of that.
Oh my God. And here's a nice catch for our morning's work, plus a nice catch from the other skiffs that were out with us. Up here in Bella Bella, at this time of the year, there's hardly anybody around as far as the eye can see, so you can understand why the fishing is so fantastic. Now let's go off to halibut fishing with one already on.
Fish on, fish on. Do it by the book, don't take too long. Set the hook, reel it in strong. Fish on, fish on.
All right, we got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Hey man, I took an hour and 40 minutes on a 90-pounder one. Salmon rod.
As we checked our sounder, this halibut was down about 211 feet on its way up. Beautiful halibut, probably about 20-25 pounds. But then it was my turn, and here we go.
Got him. Nice one.
Whoa, he feels good, man.
Oh, he's nice. Don't overforce them, okay?
No, I'm not.
But keep the pressure. So
Yeah, I'm keeping pressure on.
Once you get them coming,
Whoop.
okay, just all you're gonna
Okay,
do
I'm good
is
now.
stay there, just real slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that out. Okay. Tuck it back here for you.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Okay.
All right, good.
Real.
There you go.
You pull down on you fine, you know. Go ahead, you can still put yours down. It's not pulling anymore, could be a lingcod or something. Oh, there's the pull.
Yeah.
Just keep her coming though. The thing's with halibut, if they get their head up, they'll just tell them and see that nice little head shake there? Just tell them, just keep the halibut coming. Thing with a halibut is sometimes a funny fish. If they get their head up and they're coming, they'll just come all the way. Even a big 200-pound halibut, you know, it'll be heavy, but it'll come all the way. But if you let them, you stop and you let them get their head down and get going on a run, it can go all the way to the bottom on you again. And that's all right. You just get to do it all over again.
There you go. Oh, that's another fanatical Hallie.
Fanatical Hallie, there you go.
Well, look, that was my little fanatical twizzle, I'll tell you.
Still have some time. We got a while yet. I'm just gonna.
I'll be here a couple days.
Hey, we got all the time in the world. We got another 3 days.
Hell, what the hell, yeah. He's coming right up. I got him. He's right here.
Okay,
He's right here.
over here. Come on, yes. Oh, okay. Stop. Wait, nice one. Wait, no, get ready. I gotta get to the line. No. The line. You gotta pull over my head, man.
Oh, over your head.
Should have had a gap out on this guy.
Oh, that was incredible. I like it on these light rods.
There we go. That's a halibut. Here, right from the other side.
Come on, it's only 50 pounds, boy. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
salmon rod.
Boy, I'm telling you, we had a great time bringing the show to you this week. If you'd like any more information on anything you've seen on today's show, please go to our website at fanaticalfisherman.com. Otherwise, I will see you on the water. We'd like to thank West Wind Tugboat Adventures for their accommodations, Pacific Coast Airlines for bringing us up here, Featherstick Rods, Islander Reels, and North Pole Products for their outerwear.
Especially want to thank all the little people too. Said fish on, fish on. Oh, hit him again, he's still kind of squirmy. Somebody call my damn taxidermy. Fish on.